Right, hello. Look, this is a video. Frankly, it's been a long time coming. I didn't want to have to make it. Unfortunately, I am. This is quite a sad announcement. It's the end of an era, but it's necessary. Last year, without any warning whatsoever, I got pulled off YouTube. And I had over 500,000 subscribers hanging off my every word, complimenting me in the comment section because they were very, very heavily policed. And I was riding high. Unfortunately, the powers that were, certainly not are anymore, thanks to the White Hats, had it seen that I was unceremoniously pulled off. I wasn't happy, but I moved swiftly on to other platforms, BitChute and Rumble, as well as roundtabling hither and thither, wherever I could. And, you know, for the most part it was enjoyable, but it's all getting a bit much now. A lot of silliness in the comments, bringing up the past, talking a lot of silliness that is very underdeveloped and not helpful. Not helpful with what's going on in the world. We need to pull together as one, and bringing up things that I've said and done in the past, things that I've promised that never happened. It's not helpful. Not helpful. And it was all getting rather silly. So this week I took the decision to pull myself off. Not just in one place, but in two. So I pulled myself off BitChute and I've pulled myself off Rumble. And I will only be disseminating the incredible intel to people who have signed up to my cult organisation, and that's the only way you're going to hear the good stuff from the White Hats, from the good guys, from the higher-ups. It's not going to be put out there on any of these other platforms now. You've blown it, because you didn't stand up for me when you had the opportunity, when people were being very silly. So you've only got yourselves to blame, frankly, that this isn't working out. It's just the way it has to be, I'm afraid. Now, I got a lot of flack after an interview I did with the bastion of intelligence that is David Baloney. We all know who David Baloney is. He was a bit part actor, something. I think he's directed a few things, but he made videos with Hoona Flash. Hoona, who can teleport from any country, any place in the world he can teleport. And they were going through portals together, through stargates, making brilliant documentaries. And he was hanging off Hoona's every word, was David Baloney, and I just felt that he was the right person to do an interview with. So I did, and we talked about many things, many things actually, and he asked me about events that had happened, and were the White Hats finally winning, and I said absolutely, and I talked about an event that happened in Wales. In the United Kingdom, in Wales, and they had neutralised a DUM, deep underground military base, with that, and that happened. And no one, thankfully, heard it. I think perhaps, you know, they had the televisions up loud watching, I don't know, EastEnders or something, and just didn't hear it. Didn't hear it happen, which is great. I mean, that was exactly how they planned it. So I've done a visual representation of what happened here. So that's a drawing of that. That's a sheep there, just to represent Wales there. That's a suitcase, because that would have been placed either inside that or it would have been placed inside that. That's just a spaceship that I drew at the side. Just reminds me of Mum, the good old days. I was just doodling. That bit. But this happened. This happened. I can't help it if people didn't hear it, report it on the news or anything else. Not my problem. I'm just here to report what happened. And that happened. Via that or via that, don't know how it was placed, but that's what happened. And you know, and I was ridiculed for that. Well, ridicule away, sunshine. You can do what you like now, because I've pulled myself off. So the other thing that we talked about, of course, was Medbeds. They are going to be rolled out, a small number, to England, Northern Ireland, Scotland and to Wales. Just a smaller, I know the exact number, I can't tell you because I signed an NDA. And I know I said I wasn't going to sign anymore, but it just so happened that they made me sign another, can't help that. They are going to be inside secure brick buildings, not these trailers that the others were claiming, not true. How ridiculous, how ridiculous. They're going to be in secure brick buildings. And, do you know, anyone who uses one will have to sign an NDA. You have to do that. And your cover story is going to be that you won the lottery and you were able to go private, which is why you ended up regrowing a limb as quickly as you did. You went private. That's what's got to happen, because if your great aunt Doris was to find out that her cataract surgery, she's still on the waiting list, yet you managed to regrow a limb, she's going to ask questions, and we can't have great aunt Doris asking questions. The White Hats won't stand for that. That's when problems can be caused. The ramblings of a demented old woman. It can start wars. So we can't do it. So look, people are upset because of how that interview went. I'm not here for you. I'm not here for you. And you know, I know I got a lot of flack for appearing as if I'd called David darling, but I hadn't. I've explained myself enough. And Nasara and Jasara, my dear little dogs, are the only darlings in my life. Even Bicky Peg doesn't get called darling, you know. And I proved my manliness and my alphaness after that interview, because myself and Bicky Peg went dogging. 4-hour record we broke, a 4-hour record. I even brought the high vis. That's how alpha I am. So don't be, you know, making suggestions that I'm not alpha because I dropped the D word in a conversation to another man. I was talking to the dogs. Right. Okay. So the other thing that we talked about was leaders, world leaders. David was meandering down a path that could get you into a lot of trouble. He was talking about the leader of our country, the new leader in Scotland, the leader in Ireland, and the mayor of London. And he was linking them together in a way that I felt uncomfortable with, because it would make me look bad. You could say things like that with Fraudy until the cows come home, and they all use the same language. But I wasn't prepared to do that because I'm a spiritual person. Can't have that. So I did deflect. I mean, he did suggest that the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom was Muslim. He isn't. But I didn't want to tell him that because I didn't want to make him feel bad. Didn't want to correct him. So I just moved it on. And we talked about how Modu's a white hat. We talked about all the world leaders that I like that are white hats. But no one is more of a white hat than this chap. He's got it going on with a white hat. Look at that. Look how he wears the white hat. I mean, it's snazzy. And you know, he's got that look. I'm snazzy and I know it. And he wears that white hat well. I mean, there's no greater white hat in the world than this chap. Really, truly. 100% white hat. Absolutely for you. Absolutely for the people. Total humanitarian white hat. So we talked about that. But you know what? The people have blown it, really, by writing mean things in the comments. So we're keeping it in-house from here on in. If you want to be part of my organisation, just sign up. It's free. It's free to sign up, and then we get you there. We get you in. And then, you know, people say you don't ask for money. I don't. I just sell the merch. So, you know, again, dark to light. This is a favourite of mine because it was a gift from General Flynn, and then I'm going to merch the lot, merching those. We've got the faux shield here. Don't forget about the faux shield. 80 nicker for that, but you know something, it looks like a credit card, but it heals you. And until you are on a medbed and signing an NDA, you've got this to rely on instead. But it's incredible. Complex matrix of materials inside it. Can't tell you what they are, but because it's a complex matrix of materials. And that's what you're paying the 80 for, and it's worth it. Bicky Peg sits on it for hours and hours a day, and she is one of the calmest humans I've ever met. So they work. She's testament to that. And then, of course, there's the grippy gloves, 17% off with promo code Grip Onto 5D. And then we've got the old classic, you know, the old classic, the Patriot honker. One honk of this and Bicky Peg is straight to the vacuum, and she's up and down the hallway, making it spick and span for the white hats coming. You need one of these in your life. You don't just need it so you get your wife to vacuum more often and do the housework. No, this is actually to ward off Democrats. One squeeze of my honker and a Democrat goes running in the opposite direction. So really, you need one of these in your life. Promo code for 17% off is Squeeze Lieman's honker. Brilliant. Right, look, I'm going now because I am a bit ticked off, to be perfectly honest with you. Things haven't turned out the way I wanted. I didn't want to pull myself off. Bicky Peg was crying the whole time I was doing it. What can I do? I was left with no choice, but if you want to be part of the organisation, then you must sign up for it. That's the only way you're going to get the incredible intel from here on in. Right, okay, right, great, thank you very much. I didn't want to pull myself off. Bicky Peg was crying the whole time I was doing it. Hello, it's Bicky Peg here. Look, I need to warn all of our special community members of our organisation about somebody who is neither divine nor feminine, and that's Intellady. I do worry because she does seem to like dressing up as men, which makes her not divine feminine at all. In fact, it makes it worrying. And if I worry, then you should all worry and panic as well. So if you are watching her, I've got to say, energetically, it's not good. So you mustn't. If you watch for more than 5 minutes, it's very, very negative for your chakra system. So don't go there. Don't do that. Also, if you click like on any of her videos, you're inviting trouble into your life, so you mustn't do that either. And if you are subscribing to her channel, then you're just putting a dark cloud over yourself energetically, and it's very bad. Even our faux shield can't protect you from the energy that comes from her channel. It's quite worrying. But also, she has a buymeacoffee.com/Intellady, and you probably shouldn't buy one of those because you don't know what she's drinking, really. I mean, she could be an alcoholic for all you know. I wouldn't trust her. But anyway, join me again on another Divine Feminine Roundtable with all of my special friends. Bye. I didn't want to pull myself off. Bicky Peg was crying the whole time I was doing it.